Ultra-processed foods are often dismissed as merely being high in sugar, salt, and fat, but their dangers extend far beyond these well-known culprits. These products are engineered not just for flavor but for shelf life, convenience, and hyperpalatability, making them hard to resist and easy to overconsume. Yet what makes ultra-processed foods uniquely harmful is not just what they contain, but what they are: a class of industrially manufactured products that have undergone extensive chemical and mechanical modification. This level of alteration disrupts the body in subtle, deeply systemic ways, especially in how it affects the gut microbiota, immune function, and overall metabolic health. At a structural level, ultra-processed foods are stripped of the natural food matrix that normally slows digestion and regulates nutrient absorption. The fiber, water, and physical bulk of whole foods are replaced with refined starches, emulsifiers, stabilizers, and synthetic flavors. This results in food that digests rapidly, flooding the bloodstream with glucose and fat while failing to signal fullness or satiety. This mismatch between caloric density and physiological response contributes not just to overeating and weight gain, but to the early onset of insulin resistance and fat accumulation in organs like the liver and pancreas. But perhaps even more insidious is the effect of these foods on the gut microbiome. Additives commonly found in ultra-processed products, such as artificial sweeteners, emulsifiers, and preservatives, can alter the composition and function of gut bacteria. These shifts may reduce microbial diversity and encourage the growth of inflammatory species, weakening the gut barrier and allowing pro-inflammatory compounds to enter circulation. This leaky gut scenario has been increasingly implicated in the development of systemic inflammation, autoimmune conditions, and even mood disorders. The combination of altered food structure and synthetic ingredients creates a perfect storm. While the immune system may tolerate small, infrequent exposures, regular consumption of these foods appears to trigger chronic low-grade inflammation that primes the body for disease. Studies have consistently linked high intake of ultra-processed foods with increased risks for obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and certain cancers, even after adjusting for total calories or nutrient content. This suggests that it's not just about too much sugar or not enough fiber, but the very nature of how these foods are produced and processed. Yet the threat isn't only physical. Ultra-processed foods are deliberately designed to hijack reward systems in the brain, overriding natural appetite cues and reinforcing habitual eating patterns. This can make it far more difficult to make healthier choices over time, especially in environments where these products are aggressively marketed and readily available. For many people, these foods become dietary staples rather than occasional indulgences, often displacing whole, nutrient-rich options entirely. That said, the rise of awareness around ultra-processed foods presents an opportunity for change. People are increasingly recognizing that food is not just fuel, it's information that communicates with the body at every level. Reducing reliance on ultra-processed products doesn't require perfection. Even small shifts toward minimally processed, whole food alternatives can restore metabolic balance, improve gut health, and reduce inflammation. Cooking at home more often, reading ingredient labels carefully, and choosing foods with simple, recognizable components can be powerful first steps. The danger of ultra-processed foods isn't always immediately obvious, but their cumulative effects are profound. They subtly erode the body's natural defenses, disrupt hormonal and microbial balance, and fuel the chronic diseases that now dominate global health burdens. Understanding their deeper impact is key, not to instill fear, but to empower better, more informed choices in a food environment that often makes the unhealthy path the easiest one to follow.